phoned for help?
He could have done, but then
He's not required to. It's nothing to do with the Royal Mail whether he phones for help or not, is it?
I understand that, but then they shouldn't have suspended. Why have they suspended him?
Right, yeah, I mean, they've suspended because he didn't help the old lady, and as you're saying, he arguably couldn't have done, or shouldn't have done. And I guess adding that he's not going to help because he's too knackered, in some ways,
yeah, that's a bit much.
that undermines your defence, because you're saying he can't do this and he can't do that, and he's got to be aware of health and safety and insurance and all of this. But he said, oh, it kind of shoots your fox a bit, but technically, in a court of probably prevail.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't know, is the short answer, and that's why I have the very uncomfortable, not uncomfortable, well, it is quite uncomfortable, very unfamiliar sense of sitting on a fence. 12:16 is the time. Oh, is he coming in? Can we summon him again? It's 12:16.
This is LBC.
A friend said to me, give me one good reason why I'd want to go away on holiday this year. So I said, Saga, there are many reasons, such as they're only those who are fully vaccinated for coronavirus can travel policy, or their booking amendment option just in case your vaccine is delayed. They even include door-to-door VIP chauffeur service if you're flying long haul or going on a cruise, plus a private balcony with every ocean cruise cabin. Talk about escapism. With Saga's 70 years of travel experience, why wouldn't you want to swap your lounge for a lounger this year? Search Saga Travel.
For full details of the coronavirus vaccination policy, see our booking conditions. VIP travel service available in the UK up to 250 miles. Only for ocean cruises and nationwide for long-haul travel. Over 50s only. T's and C's apply.
We all have our own personal relationship with money. How we spend, save and budget. Our goals and dreams for the future. This is your moneyverse. And it's as unique as you are. And the Barclays app can help you master it. It helps you see how you're spending and any upcoming scheduled payments, so you can make a clear plan for your money. Master your moneyverse and make money work for you. Barclays. You need to be 16 or over to use the app. T's and C's apply.
It's always nice to get something extra when you've not had to ask for it. And the more extra, the better. A complimentary drink is nice, but is better. At the Hyundai Upgrade event, we've added more savings so you could upgrade to a new Hyundai and get up to £3,000 off. Visit Hyundai.co.uk before the end of February to find out more. T's and C's apply. Saving against list prices. Over 18s and participating dealers only. Savings vary by model. £3,000 off applies to 2020 Santa Fe model only.
At 3, we know there's some things only business owners can do, like expertly juggling being the CEO, head of sales, and decoder of those 2 a.m. ideas on your phone.
Now that's an interesting idea.
But what we can do is promise your business a network with 99% UK coverage at a price that beats our biggest competitors. Search 3 Business Price Promise.
3. Voice coverage by population Jan 21. Our price promise beats a direct business quote from EE, Vodafone or OT for mobile and SIM only plans. Terms apply. C3.co.uk. Everyone's heard of MyPillow. After all, they've sold 50 million MyPillows worldwide. But here's our best offer ever. Buy one MyPillow, get the second MyPillow absolutely free. Get the most comfortable night's sleep or your money back with our 60-day guarantee. Plus, MyPillow is made in the UK and comes with a 10-year warranty. It's our best offer ever. Buy one, get one free. Visit mypillow.co.uk and use promo code SLEEP.
MyPillow. It could be that same numbers every week type. It could be leaving it to fate with a lucky tip. It could be you. Don't miss tonight's Lotto Triple Rollover. Play on app, online and in-store. Lotto from the National Lottery. Your numbers make amazing. Count terms, rules and procedures apply.
You've been looking for quick check, won't affect your score. See if it's a yes, there ain't no stress with an Ocean credit card.
Want a credit limit of up to £1,500? Check if you're eligible for an Ocean credit card. It only takes a minute. Intelligent Lending Limited is a credit broker. Capital One, the exclusive lender. Representative 39.9% APR variable. No annual fee. Get a credit limit of up to £1,500. Visit ocean.co.uk.
Leading Britain's conversation. LBC with James O'Brien.
So, this sounds like the beginning of a terrible 1970s comedy skit, this, or stand-up comedy. But so I said to the producer earlier, I said, I like it as a phone, but no one's going to ring in to defend him. And she categorically stated that you would. So, on her head be it. 0345 6060 973. Courtney says the postman's actions have put the company into disrepute, which is a gross misconduct allegation. I don't know that that's true under an employment law, but it's a fairly clear condemnation of the postman. Clearly I don't know the postman, says Martin, but leaving an elderly lady on the floor in freezing conditions makes him a despicable human being. I remind you, attack the behaviour, not the actual individual. Sacked? Question mark. Not sure. Oh, that's interesting. And Lolly's Cupcakery writes, it shouldn't have to be that I have to think about my mum. It should be, how does a decent human being behave and help an elderly person? You're absolutely right, of course, but I think it puts an even stronger sense of wrongness on the story when you imagine it happening to someone you love. It doesn't have to be your mum. 21 minutes after 12 is the time, and yet it's not his fault she fell over, and it's not his job to pick her up. We're in the middle of a coronavirus pandemic. He would have broken social distancing rules by doing so. A few of you are asking why the people that filmed it didn't help her, so I'll say again, it's one of those doorbells that films. Do they film everything? Is that how they work? Then you just have to go back over the relevant time period. 22 minutes after 12, so it would have been activated probably by his movement if the doors were very, very close to each other. And I often say this, and this is actually a little bit holier than thou, because when you're caught up in the moment and the red mist is descending, I'm not pretending for a minute that I can always follow my own advice on this. But certainly in the context of road rage, you just presume, if you find yourself caught up in a road rage incident, you presume that the other person is constantly furious and unpleasant and mean. But it did, I can't remember where this came from. It's probably one of you that taught me this. He might have lost his mum that morning, or his wife might have left him, or sort of, you just don't know why that person is behaving in that way in that moment. That might apply here. Well, it does apply here. You don't know what was going on in his life in that moment, but of course none of us know whether or not there was anything that might possibly mitigate, soften or excuse his conduct and our certainty that he's bang out of order. Tony's in Luton. Tony, what do you reckon?
Hi, James. Yeah, this one's a bit of a quandary.
That's what it is. No, it's called a stone cold phone-in humdinger, not a quandary.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you why. That helped her, helped pick her up, caused her damage or caused himself damage,
yes.
Not able to go to work, would they have paid him?
Insurance issue involved. This is why I think the first caller was a patient transport professional, and he was making the point that he isn't allowed. There's certain things he would love to do as a matter of conscience, but he can't do as a matter of contract.
Because I'll tell you what, in my work, there's a person who had broken down, and it was quite a way to a fuel station. I gave them a lift and dropped them back. I actually broke the...
But that's because you're a spy. You shouldn't have been doing that kind of thing.
But you say...
Did you get into trouble? Did you get into trouble for that?
I got a ticket off.
Did you really? Because if something had happened, if you crash, you wouldn't have been insured to have the passenger.
Exactly.
Blimey, I got something motoring related, right?
So you could see why this guy, for instance, although naturally I think people are either doers or carers or not, I think there's many scenarios where...
Yeah, I think you're right. And
you could excuse it.
Yeah, and if he broke his leg while doing his job, so if he slipped on a garden path while delivering letters, he'd probably be in a different position legally from if he broke his leg while trying to hoist this poor lady back up onto her feet.
Or injured his back or something.
Yeah, why do you have to be pedantic? What's wrong with a broken leg? That's working perfectly for our purposes.
It's a bit extreme, isn't it?
Oh, okay, I guess so. How do you look after yourself, Tony? What do you do for a living, if you don't mind me asking?
Furnishing.
No, all right. So you were doing deliveries. You were out in the truck, and you gave someone a lift, and that meant that they wouldn't be insured or you wouldn't be insured if you had an accident. See, there are issues here. The producer may be yet. Minutes after 12 is the time. Sam's in Muswell Hill. Sam, what do you reckon?
Hey, James.
All right, Sam. What's going on? In your own time.
So there's a couple of legal issues that I wanted to reflect on, but lawyer by background.
Carry on. I'm not paying. I'm not paying for this.
No, it's fine.
Carry on.
For free.
Yeah, cheers.
So under GDPR, which a lot of people like to talk about, if the organisation that was filming this activity was a company, it would have to post a sign outside its building saying, we are filming these, we're using CCTV, this is what we're using CCTV for the prevention of crime, whatever it might be. They need to register with the Information Commissioner, and the problem is that people are now taking stuff into their own hands. Individuals don't have those same regulatory obligations under GDPR.
Just the general data protection regulation.
Yeah, general data protection regulation. So individuals are not subject to that, but in trying to kind of right the world's wrong, some people like the fact that they can film what's going on around. And of course, if someone's burgling your house, that's a brilliant reason to have the camera. If you're eavesdropping on someone's conversation, arguably,